crazy. There she is. Good morning, beautiful. How you doing, huh? Sexy Canoe, look at you. This is the knot in front of the stern seat. Getting it so you can see it here. You'll see, this may be the heart of the canoe. We'll have to see. And take it down low and see what happens. I know you see that bouncing off there when it gets super hard. I hope you saw that. That's as close as I could get it. Anyway, we still got a bit of knot here, so let's see what happens. Love getting big strips out. This is what we're doing. The knot used to be over here and sliding over, and this one may go through the other side, so it may be beautiful on the bottom of the canoe. We'll see. I'm dropping it down here between the stern seat and the third seat. Right now I'm allowing for a 3-man canoe starting from there on the stern, looking forward, if it comes to that. But we're getting right down in here, just in front of the stern, dropping down. I'm actually hitting in the seat a little. I'm trying to find the very edge of the canoe here, and assuming I keep the full thing. And again, this is my cutoff if I decide to lop off the back of the canoe, but I don't know. The canoe seems to want to be a 4-man canoe, so I'm going with it right now. All right, I'm still up in the air on how big this canoe is. It feels really comfortable in this third seat here as a 2 or 3-man canoe. It's 2 very comfortably, and I could make it pretty spacious for 2. 3's just because you got the extra room. You could fit a third. That's really a 2-man canoe if I go with that. It's 3 or 4 if I go all the way back there. But I'm adding another, I'd say about 8 feet, 7 or 8 feet more on the canoe. So figure 10 pounds a foot, 7 feet, you got 70 more pounds, 70 to 80 more pounds in the end. Makes a difference. While I've been contemplating the design of the canoe again, I am once again taking out the crossbars. This is going to be a crossbar here, slash backrest for the third person or second person in the 4-man canoe, or anyway, second seat. However, working around it is obnoxious. I already took out the with the chainsaw, unfortunately, earlier, the bow seat backrest. So if I was going to have them, I would have one there too. So I'm going to install them later if I need to. And I'm going to go ahead and whack this out of here and continue going down between the second and third seat. This may be the end of the canoe now. I'm not sure. I do like the knots on the end, and I already know how they'll come together. It'll be very nice if we use that. I'm looking at using the blue here and dealing with it, and we're going to see what it's like with the bugs in it when I oil it up. But I'm going to use some of the blue as a width, and I'm going to taper the ends like a real canoe. So this is all stuff I'm thinking about as we go, and the story changes. Right now, this knot and all that behind that seat is coming out. Well, the rain's coming. This is the potential end of the canoe for a 2 or 3 man canoe. Again, I just took out what was going to be a backrest for the middle person, or the second seat is what we're calling it. And but the rain's starting to come a little heavier. I think I might go in and get a little shelter and grab a quick little munchie. But coming down there, of course, this is the end of the canoe as I see it. From the beginning, you're looking down on the stern seat and looking out the length of the canoe there. Of course, I can step back a little more. This is truly the stern. That's the very end of the canoe right there. And canoe. I just opened something up here. This is the second seat. I'm kind of smoothing it out a little bit, but digging down behind, knocked out the backrest behind it, and now I'm going to dig down and try and open this section up a little bit, and probably still bring this down a little bit. And excuse me. The rain's been on and off all day, but it is what it is. Isn't she beautiful? So I worked between the second seat here and the third seat most of the day, bringing her out and down. Finally messing with these seats a little bit, smoothing them out just a little bit, but mainly digging on the other side here. Bringing down the gunnels a little bit. Going to bring them out and down a little bit more, but going to do this slowly. Been bringing it out here, finding the actual edge of the canoe, which is well out here, which is really nice. Although I do have a thin spot from the chainsaw again. Chainsaw, my friend and my foe. That's not very wide there, so that's the thin spot in the canoe. If I don't use the blue, but I'm leaning towards using the blue for the extra width, and dealing with the bug holes however I have to, and I'm going to learn from that. The other question here is the stern. The stern should be there, or always was planned on being there, but I left this short one just in case, and I actually dug it out here behind the third seat. So you can tell this would be the end of the canoe, and it would pull together here. Again, it's sideways a little bit, so it's going to pull together something like that. And but again, if I use the width and then pull in at the end, I've got a pretty wide canoe, and it's a beautiful shape no matter what. The shorter canoe I think would be even more spectacular just because it'd be more stable. However, that said, that stern is starting to look sexy to me, and I really like it, and the 2 knots are just too fabulous to pass up. The other option is to cut all this off and cut those knots off in one piece and stick it on top of here. Just flatten this out and then stick it on top later as the end of the canoe. A possibility. Right now I'm still looking at keeping the whole canoe, and that's what we're going to go with right now. And I'm going to look at it real hard here, but once I decide to come out, if I use the blue, I'm going to come out in the middle here, and we're going to get past the heartwood, and once I do that, we have committed to the blue. And some of the canoe on the outside will be blue, some will be heartwood. The inside will all be beautiful heartwood, except actually in the center section, which will be far enough out that it'll be blue. So we'll have to see. I have that option. If it's a good one, I do not know. So I'm going to let the tree tell me, and we'll see what happens here. I'm patient, but I think she's looking pretty good though.